Hey there, folks. It is 5:35 a.m. Thursday, August 24th, 2017. Get the Panther up there. Sometimes people wonder why I do that, but because I talk about stuff that it's about things that are happening in your life. It's important for you to be able to put them together, what went where. And it's not that anyone doesn't believe me. I mean, there's people out there that, I mean, look at all of us. Every time we get into something new, we have to learn about it. We have to try to understand what's going on, see if we like it enough. If we don't like it, you spit it out and go on. If you like it, you swallow it and get more, not like a fish swallowing a hook, but being presented with food. If it's something you like, you taste it, try it. You like it, you eat it. If not, you just say no thanks. I'm going to do two videos this morning. The one I'm doing now and then the one after this, I'm going to explain more about the difference between soul essence and source spirit in more detail than I ever have before. I guess this is coffee talk. Cheers, mate. Compay. Or here, morning. Anyway, there's always so much going on. There's so much stuff going on the other side over here right now. It's kind of insane. This is one of those mornings I kind of got up early, and Deanna did too. She just ran down to the store, 24-hour, the Kroger down here, get some stuff for later. She has a hard time sleeping, and me, I sleep like a log. But then I'll get up when it's time, and I got, animal spirit guides, the ones I know I can trust from all the lives they've had. Don't worry about trusting your spirit guides once you meet them. Go ahead and do that. If there's a problem, that'll be handled for you. But you actually see and feel animal essence, trust them. They've had so many lives. They understand so much. They're going to give you better, faster information than anyone else. Okay? As a rule. Having some issues. There's a lot of stuff going on in space, a lot of stuff here. There's so many planets out there. They have their issues too. This poor rooster. It's a young one, and he had some physical issues, making the noise that he does from here up to here, whatever. Don't know the chicken's analogy, how they make the sound, and I got bigger things to deal with. It's like where to start. I'll be right back. I'm going through something in my head. Okay. Excuse me. That's me inside my body, working on the body itself, killing it. It's been real rough the past few days. It's not going to get much better. I'm close to, getting out of here. It shouldn't really be this way. I'm trying to get stuff on the other side to understand. I told you this next video I'm going to talk about the differences, give you more of a, define the characteristics of the different basic fields of spirit better than I have before. In more depth after this one, but man, there's something you need to understand too about our friends, our ET friends. You've been them in their bodies, okay? You haven't had a life in every one of those bodies, but you've had lives in many, many other bodies and other planets. We call them ETs, extraterrestrials. When they first, 1926, we signed a formal early March, April, May is when it was being put together, April being the strongest. The United States government in December of 22, going into 23, 1922, going into 1923 is when it first started. But anyway, when we met these Serpoians, we called them evens, the EB. It means extraterrestrial biological entity. Why not say brother from another planet, Family from another planet. Brother, sister, whatever. Because we're the ETs to them. What I want to say about them is that just like us, they're only starting to see more and more of the other side and what's going on. They're more advanced technically, but they're more advanced in the ability, in their metaphysical abilities, because they've been using them and developing them over many generations, centuries, generations. Some of them are trillions of years old. Want to know how old the Drak are? The Drak race, the first, and the Antids. I need to get a better name for them before I go. I am going to write that third book myself. I'm going to hurry up and knock it out as soon as I get just a couple other things done I want to do before I die. It'll be a short one, but it doesn't need to be a large book. It's going to tell you more about stuff that's going to happen. I know basic dates, but it's more basic timelines, not so much a date. I can't control my getting out of here, not unless I want to kill myself, which that's, not my intent. But I need to get out of here and once I'm out of here, certain things are going to happen at a certain time, and I'll tell Deanna, Paul Bajou, Siobhan, Arae. There's so many, I'm not doing anyone justice by mentioning one name, because there's so many. But they'll start giving you some dates for major events, and that's basically it. And then I'll make sure that happens when I'm out of here. And I'm finally free of this body. I'm thankful for the body to have been here to do what I need to do, but folks, the other side is so screwed up right now. There's stuff trying to run stuff, doesn't know what it's doing. It's had 0 lives. It's got a good heart, but the only format it has to make soup is what it watched the bad cook that got fired. So that's what I learned in watching the one that the bad cook that got fired because the guy couldn't cook shit. So here we have somebody with good heart, good intention, and excited to try to help out and do something, and does not know what to do, but it knows that it's got to do something in its own head. It knows that what it needs to do is stay away. But they're so bent on doing something to help out. They're some of them are learning as they're going, but that's some of the insanity that's on the other side that I'm dealing with right now. Anyway, so our friends in space, from our friends, our family from other planets, they go through the same thing dealing with the other side. They get screwed around, controlled. There's been too much of a... there's so much crap on the internet. It's unreal. But there's a lot of junk. The internet's used by the other side. They run everything. The internet's nothing. Your body's nothing for them to run. They use it to keep things scattered. There's stuff on the other side trying to help out that actually is thinking, oh, Jay's gonna want to stay there longer, so we're gonna extend this. And we're going to keep him there longer, and when he finally gets out of the body, he's going to be happier. Folks, now this is how old the Drakh race is that I mentioned a minute ago. 10.846 trillion times 237 plus 10.846 trillion times 26. I've had more lives than that. And the second life that I had with my better half, Lily, that's when the Drakh race was made. So how many trillions of years ago was that in Earth time? It's a lot. And when I tell you my lives being 230, my average life was, my average life, all my lives average out to a total of, to the way we measure time on this planet, to 237 years. Most of my lives were on other planets. Larger the planet, the longer the day. The planet Serpo was the Zeta Reticuli system. Their days are like 43 hours. Because Serpo, the planet Serpo, it's also what they call the system. Their own name for it is that much bigger than the Earth. So if we use Earth times, Earth years, that's how old the Drakh race is. As far as the having lives part, that's how old I am. But I was around long before then. You all were, everything else out there, almost everything else out there, not everything, but almost everything else out there was part of the original first being, male and female. Their energy hadn't been put together to release you yet. All the souls of the essence came out after Lily and I were made. Yeah, well, that stuff's in the first book. And I'm waiting for the proofread. I had to redo it, and the second one I had to redo a little bit. And it looks like I'll get the third book written. Don't think it's not important to me that I don't care about this, because I do care. I need to do this before I go. I just don't feel good. Anyway, trying to finish up what I was talking about. I'm not looking at any energy. I'm trying to look at thought. I'm inside my own head looking at thought processes, if that makes any sense yet. If it doesn't, it will later. The more you wake up and become yourself, the more you can realize you're doing, with yourself, for other people. That's really important for the people you love, that you care about. I don't do fluffy puffy, but I do love, compassion. To me, fluffy puffy is, and then the angels are coming, and the universe and everything is love. No. It'd be wonderful for something to happen like that for some people. Me, I'm just here to do stuff. Thank you. Duh. I know he's being nice. That, believe it or not, was a piece of Aramelius hanging around. That's the good part of him. Aramelius had some issues. That's why the vast majority of him is dead now. Gone. Anyway. I got these parts of myself that have popped off. When you're in the body, you're under so much stress, especially what I've gone through this life, that little pieces come off. And when this energy comes off of you, the energy's there. I mean, when this piece of spirit comes off of you, it's a new individual, like a baby. It has the power level of what it's taking water out of it, taking a cup of water out of a bucket of water. It's still that same water, but it does not have the focal point that's got all the memories, the knowledge, the understanding, the wisdom from all those different understandings. So they're stupid. They're ignorant, not stupid. They're ignorant. Unfortunately, I use the word stupid because I've had to deal with them so much, and some of them are so cool, they're trying to help, and lots of times they just get in the way. So our ET friends coming in, they've been put through hell lately. It's with the issue with them coming in and out of the house. I had a talk yesterday morning. One of my major Black Panther source spirit friends, Allie, what he is came from me and Lily. We're family. I tell you I love you at the end of each video because I do. Not because I'm looking for votes. Not because I want you to put money in the offering tray when I pass it around. Because it's true. You can have a lot of love in your heart and be every bit of man that you need to be. What is a man without love? Sad. That's a sad thing for creation. Anyway, floating away again. It's amazing. I just get frustrated with this stuff. The spirit that comes out of you has to start learning. As soon as it comes out, it immediately starts to develop a focal point. But as it's doing that, it's learning. That's why we have lives. To evolve as who we really are, spirit, to grow stronger, to grow, gain strength, understanding, wisdom, to evolve, for the energy to actually evolve itself. There's so much going on. Change is waiting to happen. I was talking about our friends. I'm talking to Black Panther early in the morning. He kind of woke up and was kind of pushing me to get going like this morning. Deanna and I were both up at 4. Deanna, her DNA and everything was made so that she'd, excuse me, be hyper. Excuse me. Sorry, folks. I'm not trying to be gross. It's, a lot of you that are waking up, you're made to be, waking up, getting stronger, you're here to do stuff, you're really strong spirit. People with ADD, whatever, all that other stuff, elemental P, that's my ignorance. But you were made like that, put in bodies like that, so you couldn't be too much of a problem, and it was time for everyone to wake up. The original first big male and female did that. Autism? Bingo. You can thank your God for that. Of course, God is dead. There was never a God. Just original first being male and female that one praised because it came from it originated from loneliness, and then it grew into arrogance and everything else, whatever. But anyway, our ET friends, family, they've been subjected to the same thing. So they have stuff to deal with. They can see things around on the other side better than us, but not like, not a lot better than us. Sorry. There's a wall. They call it the veil, whatever. It's a dimensional barrier. That's there and it's maintained. The little bit of time travel that happens is actually controlled by it's controlled through the field. Might as well just say it. Anyway. Sorry, folks, it's just rough. So anyway, what I was saying about Black Panther, when he was talking to me in the morning, he said, you really need to go and, you need to keep things calmer around the house and everything. Things need to be calmed down. And then I stopped and I looked at everything happening. And I knew what he's talking about right away, that things get nutty. We get attacked, the enemy. It's constant. We're either being attacked or helped by people that don't know what they're doing. The only thing salvation we have is our animal spirit guides, and they're pretty much all source spirit, source animals. They can't run things, but they help us keep our sanity. But our insanity has been we've been pushed towards insanity with all the crap going on out of nowhere, because I am close to dropping out of this body, to taking the zipper off and floating out. Flow is the way to go for everything metaphysical. Anyway, I am close. I keep killing this body, so they'll understand over there. They don't understand much. They've had 0 lives. That's what's over there now. And then there's idiots. They're idiots. They're aggressive and want to be controlling. So I kept coming out of a body. Excuse me, and I'd give the original male and female a dirty look. We don't have bodies. When we leave this body, we don't walk around in human bodies. We're energy. But the energy vibrations, the frequencies that are involved for me to look at someone and just growl at them, that's the energy frequencies I throw at them. So it's the same thing as we see it in our mind as being in a physical body doing that, okay? Folks, the more you wake up, the more you're going to understand. 10 years ago, I didn't understand feeling rocks. I was always me, but I was severely suppressed by the original first being female. She was trying to keep me under wraps. In 2008, on my birthday, July 27th, 2008, she released me. It's like she held, the way I saw her hand was holding my energy down in my body to about my ankles. And then she just went, whoop, released it, and I fired up, and I was like, wow. And the first thing I got is a warning. Satellites looked up in the air, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I relaxed, and I could feel them everywhere. NSA. There's satellites that measure energy. There's like, boom, got them. They were attacking me through Bluetooths, hit me with a satellite so hard it made the whole inside of my car hum, trying to get out my pineal. That was, That's something going on with the Anunnaki that used to run the planet that don't anymore because of the Drak and others. The Antids. I got to get their name. I just suck at the name thing. And that's getting worse. These latest DNA ICUC consults I've done, they're strong. I've never been this strong metaphysically, but the body's dying and I can't wait to get out. So I'm not insinuating for anybody to just leave. It's kind of silly, isn't it? What's been ruining your lives is dead. What's been controlling the abuse that's put out there in your lives is almost completely dead. What's not dead is really cool and has been amped up, and because it's helping others. That's the original angels. It's time for change. It's coming. You know how long I've been waiting to see this? You take that big number we're talking about, those two big numbers, adding them up. That's how long. The very first life. Butchery. Butchery of myself. Not that important, but the one woman I love so much, the one being I love so much, is no measurement for that. Watching her being ripped apart. Well, my body was being ripped apart. Yeah, welcome to your first life. That'd be cool, huh? Anyway, so I understand this wrong. And it's being cleaned up now. I call myself creation's janitor because I am. It is what it is. A car's a car, a boat's a boat. They generally don't do too good on each other's respective territory. I know there's amphibious cars, I'm just saying. There's cars that have, there's planes that have a car built into it. There's all kinds of stuff, but you get a gist of what I'm saying. Things are different, and things are going to get better for everyone. But there's no way to give you exact times for stuff. I said 2020. I said by the year 2020. It's going to be a ton of abuse gone, and people are going to start have more to do running their own lives, and it will. That'll happen sooner. There's some things I said in book 2 that should be happening about 2016, 2017. They kind of did, but not the way I was expecting it. And so that's because I expected to be out of my body October 28th, 2015. And I was right there, but piece of Lilith said, no, you need to stay here. She said, you're not ready to go. And I said, oh, yeah, I am. And she goes, no, you'll understand in a day and a half. Day and a half later, I understood. My sister Jill was in the process of forcing me out of my house, trying to put me in the street through a glitch in my father's will. Imagine that. And taking over my mother's money, taking it over. Forcing my mom to put her name on the largest of the checking accounts, put it on it. That's when that happens. That money's yours. She can legally take all the money out of there. Well, not the way it happened, and not with me sitting in the captain's seat. Sorry, sis. You going to jail? I'll see to it. I know you check out my videos. I put up with it and put up with you and put up with you all my life. Well, time for you to pay, and guess who's standing behind the cash register? It's like I've always said, when people make up their mind they're going to just keep coming at me, what the hell do you think I'm going to do? Anyway, whatever. So anyway, with everything that had just happened, when Black Panther was saying you need to calm down around the house, Deanna's very strong. Her energy cranks up, and that causes issues. My energy, okay, it's through the roof. And when I crank mine up, get real mad, things go nutty. I can get so sick and tired of dealing with these idiots on the other side sometimes. It fires me up like nothing, like a volcano with a shirt on and with overalls on. So that was causing an issue. And then after talking with Black Panther, he led me to go talk to Arae. So I did. I went to go see Arae. She's a Sapoian that does all this other work. Some of you know her through Burju, Shiny. I've said it in my older videos. That's what the name Burju gave her. You know, Burju said, I didn't know what to call her. I just called her Shiny because, you know, she's Sapoian, that light skin. But she just gave us that name. She went up to Deanna, and Deanna told me about it, and I stopped, and I talked to Arae, and she's really happy with it. And I said, okay, whatever you want. I'll call you anything as long as it's not negative. It's their choice, right? It's them, their name. But anyway, I went to go talk to her, and she was mad about things have to happen better, faster, and everything. And we're, you know, you're my outlet to come out for people to start seeing us, and this and that. And remember, their lives get run by the other side. They can be controlled very easily. The other side touches the energy, goes into the brain, touches the skin. Just because they have starships and everything, and they have great technological advances over us, they're no better than us. Remember, nothing's any better than anything else, and it starts with me. Some people think, oh, he's just so about himself. They need to stop, take a look with an open mind, and try to learn something for themselves. If they can't figure that out, they're either so arrogant, disgustingly arrogant, or they literally want some kind of spotlight for themselves, which is still arrogance. And whatever, it doesn't matter. Excuse me. I have one benefit that's really strong. I'm really strong, not as what I really am. Nothing can kick my ass. Physically, easy. Shoot me, stab me, whatever, yeah. Excuse me. But what I really am, nah, nothing can touch me. And I'm actually scared out of my body, so if someone's going to scare me, good luck. I'll smile, I'll say, bring it, bitch, go. I ain't even going to stop you. The other side won't let that happen. So, if I were to jump in front of a car or a truck, something would happen where I got mangled, but I wouldn't die. Excuse me. So anyway, Serene's calmed down now, and Melee, the Circassian lady, she's so cool. She was just confused as to why all the turmoil and everything. Remember, they can talk with some spirit guides and stuff on the other side and get a basic understanding, but they can't access the other side, the second dimension, just like we can't. They can get a little closer to that barrier, that's all. They don't understand, you know. I need to crank them up. I need to be soft about it, though. I've been into some Sapoians' heads, And I went in with some energy just to hurry and get it done. It was so hard. I said, holy crap. Excuse me. So I kicked back real quick. I was talking with Stephen Lewandowski when I decided to do it. I didn't tell him I was going to do it. And then all of a sudden, Stephen said, Jay, when the Napoleon said you were in his head too hard. I said, yeah, I know. I just let off before you start talking. So then Stephen went to talk to him. He goes, you okay? And he goes, yeah. Stephen talks to him all the time. He's going to come out on his own here soon. I got a little stuff I got to do. See, there is no almighty God for you to praise. There's a body that you're in. It's time for you to go out and have a life and see how we can all do this together. And when some of us can't, it's going to start getting handled soon. It doesn't happen. It doesn't get finished overnight, but it starts immediately. Just as soon as this body drops. That sound like a big statement? I don't know. Not to me. It's getting out my mop, cleaning out the bucket, getting clean water and soap in it, then using a mop to steer the bucket, get in the elevator and start going up to floor number 9. Actually, this one's more like 3 for some reason. Oh, people getting together, that's why. Anyway, whatever. This video's not going to be coming out for a while. I just got my little, I call it my supercomputer together. It's really Deanna's computer. So, it's like a strong gaming computer. It's got a blue Noid light in it. That's whatever. It's a soft energy. It's semi-relaxing, but when you're looking at it, it's one of those things that when you're metaphysically strong, you fall away and you look at it, it can mess up your vision. It's got a whatchamacallit in it. A little LED in there, or small light that's blue, and it's a loud light. If you can grab that, and I know y'all can. It's strong, so I'm going to have that thing turned off. But first, I got to get some of these videos out. I'll find something to block it, because Deanna and I do a lot of work. We're downstairs at our desks. I got a desk in front of me, a desk behind me, and this swivel chair just turned back and forth. And then Deanna has her desk where she sits putting together, making all the jewelry, putting orders together and everything. And her back is so damaged, so hurt at the base, that sometimes she goes up in the bed and she leans one way, then the other way. Deanna's been through hell, man. I know. There's a lot of us that have been through more, been through less. But she's right at the front of this stuff, making the change. So she went through that. And these bodies, when they were made, the original first being and male and female, plus the angels, they were all hanging around. So anyway. When my massive computer got taken out, the personal log, a lot of the personal logs I had for a few months were on it. I hadn't backed them up yet, and then that computer got taken out. So I saved the hard drive. I'll have to see if there's anything on it that's savable. But that forces me. That was done to force me. Another reason that happened was to force me to write that third book myself before leaving. So that's what stuff on the other side is doing, trying to make things happen the way they think. I'll be happy when I get out of here, and it'll be best for everyone. That's what makes me happy, is doing my job. Being able to do my job, doing it as best as possible, and The meantime, I'm in this body saying, screw you, I'm coming out. I'm killing the body more. Y'all get your little thought processes together. So, whatever. It's all happening. Anyway, I need to get running and get to that other video. Folks, there's so much good stuff that's going to happen. Oh, the thing with the ETs too, to finish that thought process. With all the energy buildup going on over here with me, Indiana, and fighting and killing stuff, throwing off strong energy, it's not the safest place for them to be. Excuse me, it's not the safest place for them to be. When I was an automotive technician, they call it a master. I can't stand that word. I won't use it, but other than as I just did in that context. But you can say I had all that certification, as much as you could possibly have. I had it. I was good at what I did, fixing stuff. Well, when I worked on computers in a car, and I did all of that in almost every shop I worked at, and then when I had my own shops, I did all that work. I would wear a wristband, and it had a little clip on it, a little snap button, and you snap a wire to it, and that wire comes off, and that's got an alligator clip on it, and you attach it to the ground. So when you move around on the seat, you build up a static electricity. Like sometimes you slide out of your car, especially a dry summer day, and then you go to touch something metal, and all of a sudden you can actually hear a crackle, a little snap. One of those little snaps can destroy one of the computers. Now, our friends from ET friends from other places, their systems run totally different energy. Okay, number one, but number two, parts of that are still very delicate. Very early 1920s, and we'll leave it there. We had some folks come, some Serpoians. They've been here forever. They're tied in with the yellow Adamic race, and that came from Japan. Okay, that's information in the it should be in the second book. Anyway, so they were just cruising around, and all of a sudden they got hit by lightning. So it's a bunch of them flying in formation, just having some fun. Or not a bunch of 8 of them. And then a couple of them, 3 of them got hit. One of them got taken out. So they couldn't do anything about that ship. They just took off. Then later on, in the 1940s, the Roswell incident, there's actually 2 of them. 2 incidents. All that stuff, it'll eventually come out, but not for a while. You know, what matters is that we realize who we are first, to help us realize who everyone else is. Okay, that's the big part of this waking up thing. Plus, all your new lives are going to be different from now on. But anyway, jumping back on it, they even have been here. The Serpoians have been here for a super long time. Their ships are so Their ships were so delicate as to be hit by something like lightning. We have aircraft that'll get hit by lightning. It's okay. Well, we're used to that type of matter. We build for it, and they hadn't. So, with getting back on track, finally, with when my energy's all fired up, and like I said, Deanna's strong too, and we're fighting stuff all the time. So I'm killing stuff around her all day long. But there's so much stuff going on, so much anger, energy buildup, fighting, killing stuff is just, it got nuts. So Serenity was pissed of what was happening because she knows how important it is for her to be caught on film. And not just her. So they want a close-up shot going into Deanna's room from over here in the corner. Right over here is about 12 foot away, 14 foot away. And that's supposed to happen while I'm still here, but it's like I told her. I said, hey, when I go, I'll make it happen. Don't worry about that. So I told Deanna, I said, look, Deanna's very, cautious about the spending money, which is a good thing. You need to be like that so you have something to take care of yourself when you need it. It's nothing but good common sense. And she said, damn, but those cameras and everything we bought. And I said, listen, even if we don't catch anyone now before I die, before this body dies, and I finally get home, which is crazy, I just go out in the field, I'm everywhere. But I unify what I am. Then I'll just make it happen. So I'm not worried about that happening so much. I'm not saying that's the way it's going to go, because I expect they're still going to be here to show themselves. I have said already on video, I have something, actually have a date, but because I know things move around, I'm not going to say it, and it's not this month, and it's not next month. So good coffee. Shayna, Don, thank you so much. That Hawaiian coffee is awesome. I've stuff to send out to some people. Excuse me, that I promise that I'm trying to. I get to a certain point, then like boom, all the computers get taken out. It's fracking nuts. Anyway, that's coffee talk, folks. Eventually, it won't be too much longer. I'm really going to have a hard time doing videos. As you can tell, I'm jumping around in my thoughts more than normal. I had plenty of sleep. I'm just sick, okay? So I can't do that. I got to go anyway sometime. And I have to keep slowly destroying this body, my spirit. I'm not doing it physically. Heck, I could quit taking my meds. This body will die, drop like a rock. That's the only thing keeping me, well, that and the other side, and plus our other friends like Serenity and Melee. They're really cool Serpoian and Serpatient folks. I have implants where they're also helping me keep going. 2 long ones. One of them's really large. Trying to keep it running. They monitor the hell out of my heart and everything else. So sooner or later, it's just going to stop. Sooner or later, I'm just going to drop. It's not time yet. Tired though. Anyway, it's enough of this babble. Remember, as you awaken, become stronger, understand more, and then you try and share with others, there's always someone being stupid. They think they're showing their intelligence. They're proving their ignorance. And then when they continue, once the door's been open to them, where they can look through it and they turn ahead and say, nope, that's not true out there. then they're stupid. You know what? Their stupidity is not your fault. So don't ever think that it is. Don't ever think you need to change that, because number one, you can't. You can offer them information and help. It's like a platter with food on it. They're going to take it or they're not. So you can offer them what you can and then just let it go. Because if you're trying to make them wake up, what's the matter you? What's you going to do, huh? Hey, what are you doing? In the words of the immortal Joey, not in physical body. Folks, love you, man. Take care and have a good one.